that good-for-nothing boy.
I'm coming. Judge, I'm coming.
Come on, reach under the bed and get it for me.
Just getting ready to reach under there for it now.
Well, why do I have to tell you every morning to reach under the bed for it?
I just got up a little, I know you. And more power to your elbow, Judge.
I gotta take this every morning. Mind you, not as an indulgence. Merely to get my heart started.
Yeah. Tastes good, Judge. And with the election coming on, they'd have to tear my tongue out by the roots before I tell it.
Is my bath ready?
Yeah, I fixed that before I left. We're gonna be late for court, ain't we, Judge?
Oh, Mr. Maydew can wait.
But we late already.
Well, if it isn't Aurora Ratchet, goddess of the dawn, a sight for sore eyes.
My friend, Dora Mae Plump from Covington.
How do you do?
Covington, fine town, outside of my judicial circuit. But you're in mighty fine company. I always think of Ebenezer Ratchet, the day he led that last charge at Shiloh. There was a gallant trooper, your father. You know, there went a man of quality. There went the flower of the South.
Oh, you do say the most overpowering things, Judge.
Thank you. And as a friend of your father seeking re-election to the circuit court for Fairfield County, would you mind passing these things out among your friends?
I'll go from door to door, Judge. Door to door.
Thank you. Thank you. Jeff, do my eyes deceive me?
No, Judge, that's Mr. Ashby Corbin. Back home at last.
Ashby Corbin. Where's Ashby? Where's Ashby? Where's Ashby?
Nice to see you again, Dr. Lake.
You're looking well, Ashby.
Thank you, sir. And is this pretty little girl Miss Lucy Lee? Yes. I could see you anywhere in the world, and I would say, there goes Kentucky.
My daughter is a woman, Ashby, not to say a lady.
Oh, I've grown up quite a lot since I saw you last, Mr. Corwin.
Yes, you were just a child when I last saw you. But then we are all Dr. Lake's children. What's the count now, Doctor?
I have ushered 5,322 babies into this vale of tears, Ashby.
And I'm the blackest sheep of the lot. It's a pleasure.
Mr. Ashby.
Isn't this Uncle Zach?
It sure is, sir. You standing mighty good, sir.
Still at the livery stable, Uncle Zach?
No, sir. Says getting kind of old. Sort of let me go.
Let you go? Well, I still own it, don't I?
Sure do.
Well, you just take these here critters down there and tell them you're in charge.
Boss, you have said something.
Morning, Miss Lucy Lee.
Morning.
Glory be. Mr. Ashby's come home again.
Thank you, Mr. Corwin, for carrying my books.
Just as I thought. You're still going to school.
Yes, I am.
Stand up, everybody. The court's now in session. His Honor approaches debate. Doggone it, Billy, you're late again this morning. Why can't you get here?
I know, Andy. I'm sorry. It's that worthless boy of mine.
He overslept, sir. You know, when he's sleeping. Yes, he's just sleeping.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The 17th District Court of the Commonwealth of
Mr.
Kentucky.
Solicitor.
Now, I ain't finished yet, Judge.
Sorry.
Of Kentucky is about to convene.
Mr. Solicitor, are you ready for Mrs. Mallycramp to make her plea? If you are, get going.
Indeed, Your Honor, it would be repugnant to every fiber of my being. Nay, it would be unethical for me to represent the noble people of Fairfield County in this case. And Your Honor is aware, of course, that I have dedicated myself to eradicating vice and crime in this county. And as I myself will probably be sitting on that bench after the election, I should not like to prejudice myself by being a prosecutor in the same cause.
What's next on the docket?
We have here a noble old man whose nephew refuses to support him.
Mr. Maydew, I didn't say my boy had to support me. I was just trying
Mr.
to...
Sheriff, can't you keep this courtroom in order?
Sit down and shut up, Uncle Place.
One moment, gentlemen. Uncle Plays.
Yes, sir.
Did I hear you call Uncle Plays?
Yes, sir, Judge. Uncle Pleasant Woodford.
Come here. Come here.
Thanks.
Uncle Plays Woodford. Are you the boy that brought Bainbridge Corwin's body back from Chickamauga?
Oh, yes, sir, Judge. You remember. I brought him all the way back. And these two arms. Don't you remember?
Yes, I do.
Oh, what a time that was.
Yeah. What's the matter with your boy, Uncle Pleasant?
Oh, nothing, Judge, nothing. He just sit around the house and play the banjo all day long. Just idling on the levee. This boy got to learn a trade.
Trade? He got a trade, Judge. That boy could run away right now with the old plantation minstrel, his banjo.
Your name, boy?
U.S. Woodford, sir.
Where you get that name, U.S.?
My full name is U.S. Grant Woodford. One of the gentlemen at the GAR Hall say he the Yankee general what beat General Robert E. Lee.
Mr. Maydew, if you please. Let me hear you play, boy.
Yes, sir.
Play a military tune.
Here's one they taught me when I cleans up the GAR Hall.
G-string is awful key, and you can't play out of tune for the judge. You fix that string and wish you were in the land of cotton, old time there, not forgotten. Look away, Dixieland. You will see you wish you were.
I swear my hearing's getting so poorly. I just swore I heard a band playing Dixie. Reminds me of that second battle of Manassas. One that you Yankees call Bull Run. I was color bearer then, yep.
Excuse me. Das ist Dixie.
Order in the court. Order. Now, if there's any more disturbance, I shall have to clear the courtroom. Sit down, gentlemen. Come here, boy. Now, I want you to mind Uncle Players and stop lounging around the levee.
Yes, sir, Judge, sir.
They're tying tobacco out in the Tornado District, curing burley. Now, you go out there and learn some useful work with those hands.
You hear that, boy?
Of course, don't risk them wonderful fingers of yours around a corn sheller or a bandsaw. You just go out there and tell him that Judge Priest sent you to help his old friends. Go on out there and tell everybody.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you kindly, Judge.
Okay.
Justice is indeed blind when her impartial scales are so loaded against the will of the people that you, as a jurist...
Mr. Maydew, it is the pleasure of this court to hear the plea of Mrs. Mally Cramp, or shall I judge you in contempt?
Mally Cramp.
All right, Mally. On your feet.
All right, Mally, what do you plead?
One moment, Mr. Maydew. Please be seated, Mrs. Cramp.
Well, I hope you get the general to come.
I'll do my best, comrade. I'll do my best. Bugler William Pickman Priest to see the general.
Trumpeter Priest, General.
General Fairfield, in behalf of the Gideon K. Iron encampment, the United Confederate Veterans, I bring their old commander our devotion and respects.
Thank them for me, Trumpeter Priest.
It would do their hearts good if you came and thanked them in person, General. My carriage awaits your pleasure.
I spoke the final word on that 18 years ago when Dr. Lake brought back that girl.
It is your granddaughter, sir.
That, sir, I deny. Good night, Trumpeter Priest. Billy. Little Billy Priest, you loom large in my memoirs.
Thank you, General. Thank you kindly. Color guard. Advance the colors. To the flag of our glorious republic, right hand, salute. Two. Gashed with honorable scars, low in glory's lap they lie. Though they fell like stars, streaming splendor through the sky. Cover. The Gideon K. Irons encampment, United Confederate Veterans, will now come to order. Our illustrious general regrets that he cannot attend tonight. He asked me to convey his compliments to the men of the old Fairfield Brigade of Forest Cavalry. I'm glad you could come, comrades. Come in, sit down, sit down. How's the baccy crop out your way? Oh, come in, sit down, sit down.
And Judge, you remember that little boy, Shiloh, little mink?
Brother Finney, is that little me?
Yes, girl, now.
Yeah, I must have been all of 8 years old. And now, comrades, we have some very important business to conduct. Luke.
Yes?
Now, all of you as wear eyeglasses, I want you to come forward and inspect the picture of General Fairfield closely. And them as ain't got glasses can borrow from them as has.
My adopted daughter will be in this room next Decoration Day. She can't fail to recognize the lady as her grandmother.
The general is prepared to deny the relationship.
Just the same, it proves beyond doubt that we have preserved the last bud of the Fairfield tree.
The portrait must come down.
What is your opinion, gentlemen?
Judge, I think you better send it to your house tonight.
Better take it down, Judge.
Very well. Jeff, see that the portrait goes to my house tonight. Bagby, you're right. Meeting will come to order. I have here a letter published under the name of Horace K. Maydew, my opponent in the coming election.
A point of order, please. It is a fixed resolve of this encampment that politics must never...
This ain't politics. It's a deliberate libel.
What's libel?
How long will the progressive and up-to-date city of Fairfield be subject to Confederate rule? To the sentimental appeal of empty sleeve and timber toe? To the doddering relics of a lost cause?
Why, Doctor,
To a machine headed by the whiskey-drinking William Pittman Priest? An ignorant horse doctor, Luke Lake.
horse doctor!
And an illiterate braggart of unknown antecedents, Sergeant Jimmy Bagby.
Here, Judge, I'm not going to say it.
All that's left of us is here. Maybe it's a hant. A ghost. See who's at the door, Jeff.
Yeah, me, Jeff, if that's a ghost, that ain't no job for gentlemen of color. That calls for a regimental chaplain. And you know, we done buried him at Shiloh. Or maybe that's a regimental chaplain out there in a long white shroud. I don't know if I can make my feet get me to the door now and not just, I'll go if you want me to. Mr. Jody Habersham, Mr. Jody Habersham.
Judge, I don't want to intrude on your encampment, but somebody stole our flag from the GAR Hall.
And you can't open your meeting until you salute it the way we do.
That's right, sir. As strange as it seems, gentlemen, it was a spanking, brand-new flag, exactly like this one.
One country, one flag. Comrades, shall we send Sergeant Bagby as a color guard of honor?
Well, Judge, I ain't never give up no captured Yankee flag yet, and I don't aim to start...
I'd be only too glad to act as a color guard for our flag. There are times, yes, when politics should be forgotten.
That's mighty handsome of you, Judge. Mighty handsome.
Thank you, Jody, thank you.
I declare, Billy, I like you so much personally. I wish I could vote for you.
No politics, Judge, no politics.
But being a member of the Grand Army of the Republic, I'd just as lief cut my throat as to vote for a Democrat.
This is no time for political matters. Forward, march.
Hurrah, hurrah, we bring the Jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that makes you free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching to Georgia.
Attention! Gentlemen, Judge Priest, on behalf of his encampment, has kindly consented to lend us their flag. I suppose seeing those captured Confederate flags is like a snake bite to you, Judge. Gentlemen, I propose that we offer Judge Priest an antidote for snake bite.
Gentlemen, those Confederate flags and our national standard are what has made this Union great. In what other country could a man who fought against you be permitted to serve as judge over you, be permitted to run for re-election, and bespeak your suffrage on Tuesday next at the polls? I see before me some of the bravest men that rode for Phil Sheridan. While I was rather well known myself in forest cavalry, but you'll find the records on these cards. No politics tonight, gentlemen, no politics. But a perusal of these cards will tell you why I stand for law and order, why I am willing to serve you again for another 4 years, to prevent Horace K. Maydew of making a mockery of justice. I have nothing personal against Maydew, though you know him to be the son of a carpetbagger from Boston who came here to feather his nest before you game roosters who did the fighting could get back home. Thank you. Thank you. The blue and the gray. Let us march together beneath the star-spangled banner. And Tuesday, gentlemen, search your conscience. Good night, comrades.
Standing tonight on the old campground, give us a song to cheer our weary hearts, a song of home and friends we lost so dear. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to
Snap, Arleen?
I know it. It just came unbuckled.
Please, let me buckle it for you.
Oh, it's nothing, Mr. Corwin. I can fix it. Thank you just the same.
Pleasure, man.
Mr. Ashby, don't let nobody ever see you look like this again. Especially the young lady that everybody's saying such bad things about. And especially Mr. Buck Ramsey, that talks so evil about.
Buck Ramsey?
Please, Mr. Ashby. I just mean when Miss Lucy Lee takes the doctor's buggy to the stable every night.
Allow me. Why don't you take a ride with me? Them's my dapple grays. Fastest team in Fairfield County.
Just a moment, Miss Lucy Lee. Uncle Zach,
Boss Ashley!
take the little lady home and bring the rig back.
Yes, sir.
You need a young man for a job like that, Ashby. You need me.
No. You got business with me.
What business?
You and I are going to the harness room. We're going to pick out a pair of buggy whips, and I'm going to see if I can whip the dirt out of that filthy mouth of yours. If his friends want to come along with him, maybe they got a few more Snickers.
Buck Ramsey. If you ain't out of town in 5 minutes, I'll deputize myself and make a citizen's arrest. Now get back to the Tornado District where you belong. Get going! Uncle Player's gone home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you, profligate seed of a noble lion, what right have you or anybody else to take the law in their hands?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Sorry? Don't you know that we here in Fairfield have a secret to keep? And you try to lick a bully and start all the tongues wagging again.
I'm sorry, Judge, but when I heard he was talking about...
He was telling the truth. And you can't kill truth with a buggy whip.
The truth? You mean about Lucy Lee?
Yes. Didn't you know that General Fairfield's son was killed by a river gambler in a fight over Lucy Lee's mother? The matter's closed. Now get your clothes on and go home. Go on.
There's a hack right here, ma'am, that'll take you anywhere you want to go.
Hack right here, ma'am. Take you anywhere you want to go in town for 2 bits. White lady looking for lodging. Better go this way.
Thank you kindly. I know this town.
If you let me take your bag, ma'am,
No, no, thank you.
You just tell me where you want to
I'm
go.
going to Mally Cramps, and you'd better run along like a good little boy.
Zach? Zach! Dr. Lakes, quick. Got a sick woman here, doctor, very sick.
Bring her right in. My bag's in the hall, Ashby.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just had to bring her here.
Is there any place I wouldn't go to visit the sick?
Stumbled off the freight boat from Cincinnati. Want to go to Mally Cramps.
Yeah, I'll give her a little of this. And I'm afraid nothing will help very long.
My baby. I want to see my baby. Lucy Lee. Where's Lucy Lee?
I'm sorry, Dr. Lake. I didn't know.
I thought I heard somebody calling me.
Take me to Mary Grant's.
Jeff, I declare that last keg of whiskey you got don't set well on my stomach.
Well, I don't know why, Judge, 'cause I got it from the same moonshine gentleman where I got it before.
Well, maybe they ain't sprouting the grains in the cool barn. Sure ain't the kind of corn squeezings that my stomach is used to. Here comes Dr. Lane. Get rid of the jug. Take the glass.
What's the trouble? Somebody came back to town. Collapsed on the way to Mally Cramps.
Thunderation.
Ashby Corwin picked her up, brought her to my office. She's in a dying condition at Mally's.
That's all that's needed. You being seen going into Mally's tomorrow. We'll be turned out of office.
Yes, I think you will. But I intend to visit her like any other sick woman who needs care.
I know you will, Doctor. I'd do the same thing.
Uncle Billy. Uncle Billy. I had to see you, Judge. I must know what's going on. Who am I? I know Daddy Lake loves me like a daughter, but tell me, Judge, who am I?
Why, you're his adopted daughter, honey.
That's not enough anymore, Uncle Billy.
You're mine, too. You belong to all of us. Every man, Jack, that ever rode for general.
Thank you, Uncle Billy. Now I know who I am. Andy Radcliffe, when did you start handcuffing children?
We just got them out of the tornado district in time, Judge. They was braiding the rope for 'em down there.
What did you do, boy?
Nothing, Judge. Please, sir. I didn't do nothing.
We couldn't wait for the girl to identify him.
Then how do you know he did anything?
Bloodhounds treat him, Judge.
Bloodhounds. Let me hear the boy.
I was just walking out to the old plantation, like you told me, to help with the tobacco time, Judge. Them dogs spied me, and I started running. I made it to the piney woods, but they kept gaining. So I climbed a tree. The dogs kept leaping and snapping at my heels. Then these white gentlemen came and took me down. Lots of white gentlemen were coming up the road, hollering.
Lucky for him, we were so close to them bloodhounds.
Andy, you know a bloodhound's a fool dog. This boy may be guilty, and then again, it may be a case of mistaken identity on the part of the bloodhounds. Now, you take this boy to a clean cell and take care of him. Uncle Players, Mr. Bynum will let you carry his victuals from the Corwins. Boy, you'll have a fair trial. Race, creed, or color, justice will be done in my courtroom. And Andy Redcliffe, stop being such a dad-blasted fool. Get your men together, go out there and find the right man. Stop chasing children around.
Yes, Judge.
From the tornado district is out there coming to get that boy U.S.
What?
They're gone plumb lynching bees, got grass ropes, lighted not pine torches, and got filing pieces. Better telegram the governor and get some soldiers, get a whole lot of soldiers.
We ain't got time for soldiers. Bynum! Dink!
Mr. Bynum, he ran away, Judge.
I ain't gonna run away, son.
Judge, can I stay too?
Yeah, you stay, Uncle Players. Boys, I want to have a little talk with you.
It ain't gonna do you no good, Judge. We come after this boy.
Boys, you're all my friends. I eat victuals in your homes when I'm campaigning.
Get out of my way, Billy Priest. You ain't gonna hold no fair trial and drag my poor little gal's name through open court.
It's being dragged more this way, Ruth. You can see that, can't you? Is that the Craig Jurgensen that Teddy Roosevelt gave you?
Why, yes, Judge. It sure is.
And you used it at San Juan Hill, defending liberty. Now you want to destroy it.
We come after that boy, Judge. We don't aim to do you no harm.
I know you don't, Buck. I know you don't. I don't want to threaten you with this deadline. I just want to reason with you. That boy ain't been identified yet.
These dogs identified him, didn't they?
Sure. All you've got is the word of a fool dog. It's been my experience that a bloodhound is the foolishest dog that is. I don't remember of anybody ever keeping a bloodhound for a yard dog. They're such dad-blasted fools.
Judge, we came here to hang that there boy. Now, don't you be going ahead and doing something you're going to feel sorry for.
Beaker, I aim to conduct myself so that you'll vote for me come next Tuesday.
Then get out of our way. We'll all vote for you.
Hey, Judge, of course we will.
If that's the price of your support, I won't pay it.
Come on, let's tear down the jail.
Yeah.
I'll kill the first man that crosses that line. I don't know which one of you is going to kill me, but I know which one of you I'm going to kill. I don't want to kill you, Judge. I don't want to kill anybody. But so help me God, I'll kill the first man that crosses that line. Even if it was my own brother, I'd kill him. You seem to be the leader of this thing, Buck Ramsey. Just cross that line and get yourself killed. Come on. Come on. Well. Look at them fool dogs. They know they ain't found the real criminal yet.
Oh, come on, Paul. Let's get on home. Billy Priest, I rode alongside of you and I fought alongside of you. But you're gonna live to regret this.
Uncle Ples, take this key and go to my chambers. And look in my wastebasket. You'll find a brown jug there. Bring it to me downstairs. I gotta get my heart started. Oh, get going, Pleasant. Get going.
Yes, sir, Judge, I'm trying.
I'd do anything for you, Judge.
I know, boy, I know. But you're too young to vote.
Ach, du lieber Gott. After tomorrow, we'll all be out of office. And you sheriff, and you county physician, and you dog catcher, and positively, and you circuit judge.
I wouldn't make any bets on that, Herman.
How can you win after the spectacle you made of yourself in front of the jail?
You didn't believe in what I did?
Believe in it! It's ehrlich, Jude. I would lay down my life for the principles you just defended. I, of all people. That's why I'm saying you should have deputized me. I'm not running for re-election. And you have been seen entering Molly Cramp's establishment. And you had gone fishing. And where were you, Mr. Dog Catcher?
I'd have been right up there with the judge if my wife hadn't hid my britches.
Himmel! What a department store I shall have when you are all turned out of office. 12 Confederate veterans in the ladies' underwear.
Honor, please, may I speak?
Won't you come in, Mrs. Cramp? You'll be more comfortable in the living room.
All over, Doctor.
I'm profoundly sorry.
I'm ordering a sign painted tomorrow. All goods in this store, half price. Owner going out of business.
Come right in, Mrs. Cramp. Make yourself comfortable. You sit down, sit down. Mrs. Cramp, what can I do to serve you?
That poor little thing. Just before she passed away, I had to come to you, Judge, because you're a good man. Every time they haul me into court to find me, you always show me a chair and call me Miss Cramp. That poor little thing was a good woman, Judge. But she just sort of let life get the upper hand. She was born here, and she wanted to be buried here. I promised her on her deathbed she'd have a funeral in a church with flowers and the sun streaming through a pretty window on a coffin, and a hearse with plumes and some hacks, and a preacher to read the Bible, and folks there in church to pray for her soul.
You done been to a preacher yet, ma'am?
Oh, I daren't. I just daren't. It would ruin him. It would ruin any preacher.
It would ruin any man.
I know I shouldn't have come here, Judge, seeing as how you're mixed up in the election tomorrow.
Why, ma'am, politics never even entered my head.
There ain't any worry about money. I'm able. I'm plenty able. And I promised that poor little thing I'd provide it all.
Then worry no more, Mrs. Cramp. The Lord will provide. Jeff, get me some of my medicine. I gotta get my heart started again.
I will, Judge.
Teddy May, I do declare you're the prettiest girl at the party. Yes. Oh, and Laurel. Oh, you're the prettiest girl at the party. Yes. Oh, good evening, dear. Hi, you're the prettiest girl at the party. Yes.
Evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Nice fresh strawberries right here. Picked nice and fresh this morning. Delicious. Right off the mountain.
Upon my honor, ladies, these eyes of mine have never feasted upon more unrivaled beauty. But it is election eve, and I shall desist from further eulogies of the fair sex, lest you deem me insincere.
Everybody going to party. You just,
Lemonade. Lemonade. I'm not in politics, but must drink a bucket of lemonade.
Herman, I dread it as much as you do.
Judge, you all must be losing your mind if you think them temperance women are going to vote for us.
After all them barrels of liquor we've drunk?
Don't you know that there are 200 temperance women in this county who control 200 votes? Why does a woman work for temperance? Because she's tired of lifting that besotted mate of hers off the floor every Saturday night and putting him on the sofa so he won't catch cold.
Lemonade.
Tonight, we're for temperance.
Gotta close, Judge.
Help yourself to them clothes. And chew them. Chew them hard. We're going to that festival tonight smelling like a hot mince pie. It ain't right, Miss Lucy Lee, you not being in your party dress and going to that festival. I say it ain't right.
Dad blasted, I asked her to go.
Ah, there should be a young man, ein schöner Junge, carrying Blumen, a bouquet of roses. There should be cold Rhine wine and Strauss waltzes, and on the long way home, kisses in the shadow of an archway, like a Cinderella.
Daddy Lake asked me to go, but really, Uncle Billy, I just don't feel like it. Will you excuse me? Get up.
Judge, someone can make that boy a man with all his wildness.
Do I hear a motion to that effect?
I so move.
Second the motion.
It's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary? The motion's carried.
Here you are, drinking your lemonade. Politicians. I'm not in politics, but you, the circus judge, the county physician, the sheriff, the Mr. Dog Catcher. Why don't you go in and see the ladies? Kissing their hands, paying compliments, and getting their votes.
Women don't vote. And the cadets are too young. Besides, my feet hurt.
Running for judge and his feet hurts.
What's worrying me is where is that young rascal with Lucy Lee?
If you'd have let me wallop him with this sword, he'd be here by now or have both of his ears cut off.
I go back to my lemonade. That lemonade comes already out of my ears yet.
Well, Lucy Lee, I declare you're the prettiest girl at the party.
Yes? Thank you, Miss Ratchet.
Gentlemen, Miss Lucy Lee and Ashby Cohen. It's a beautiful sight. Come, quick.
Comrades, on this auspicious occasion, I propose a toast. A toast to the anti-liquor.
Brother Philly! Comrade Philly!
What's in the jug?
Refreshment.
I want to thank you for coming by and asking me. And for that other kindness.
You're a brave girl.
You're the brave one. For what you did last night.
And you guessed it.
I went in there and showed my face and danced and pretended I was having a good time. Thank you, Ashby. Daddy, please take me home.
I don't mind a horse up you, boy.
Buck Clancy, when the girl came to, she identified him.
I told you so. I told you so. Damn dad-blasted fool bloodhounds. Watch out, Sheriff. Find him.
Mindy?
After him, boys! After him!
Watch Ashby! Go
Whoa.
Ach, das ist ja schrecklich. Das arme, arme Mädchen.
Good shooting, comrade. Saves the trial.
It's a great and glorious day for Kentucky, when no longer can an empty sleeve or a gimpy knee serve as a blanket to smother the progress of the 20th century. And when no longer my my worthy opponent.
Can it be? Anybody was dead, I'd be the first to know it.
Oh, no decent woman will ever speak to Billy Priest from now on.
No, I don't suppose they will.
judge sure ain't gonna get elected now.
Detail, halt. The first 3 ranks shall fall out, act as pallbearers. Our sister who lies here in her last breath asked that a sermon be preached at her funeral. Upon me, who has never attempted such an undertaking, devolves the privilege of speaking a few words above her. I thought of certain words from the Gospel of St. Mark for my text, wherein he says, "The Lord and Master took a child in his arms, and he said, 'Whosoever receives a child in my name receiveth me.' But I would rather read you a story from the Gospel of St. John, the best beloved of Christ's disciples. You remember the occasion. The Lord had visited the Mount of Olives to pray, and then he had returned to the temple. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in sin. And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, 'Master, this woman was taken in sin.' Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?" And Jesus didn't say anything. He simply stooped down and wrote with his finger on the ground as if he hadn't heard. But they kept after him. They tried to trap him. And finally, he raised himself up and he looked them in the eye. And this is what he said.
Sir, I believe you have my rightful place.
You remember Jesus raised himself up, and he looked those accusers in the eye, and this is what he said. He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. Then again he stooped down and wrote upon the ground. And by he raised himself up, and they were all gone. Every last one of them common scoundrels were gone. And only the woman herself stood there. And he said to her, Woman, where are those, thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? And she said, No man, Lord. And he said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Brother Ashby Corwin, do you think you can say a prayer?
Yes, sir. I think I remember one.
Then say it.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mild, look upon a little child. Pity her simplicity. Suffer her to come to thee. Amen. Amen.
Judge Priest, my sympathy, sir. You're a gallant foe.
Mighty fine band music. Good marching music.
The Honorable William Pittman Priest, 1,638 votes. The Honorable Horace K. Maydew, 1,700 votes.
It would be a gracious act indeed for Your Honor to concede the election at this point.
I don't concede anything just yet, Horace.
I trust Your Honor recalls I conceded the last election.
And I trust you'll have to repeat your gracious act again.
The election ain't over yet, Maydew. The Tornado boys ain't voted yet.
Not by a jugful, it ain't.
You mean the lynching boys from the Tornado District?
Them Tornado boys is coming in the boat.
Good evening, Mr. Ramser.
Evening, Mr. Maydew. Evening, Billy Priest.
Evening, Ruth.
Do you concede now, Judge Priest?
I ain't conceding nothing, Horace.
Well, then perhaps you'd like to make a sporting proposition of this.
Yes, I'll make a little bet with you. The sum of 50...
The sum of $100. Oh, no. I haven't got a hole in my head. I have lived through a revolution in Europe, a heart-breaking war in America, and I know a cunning, unscrupulous politician when I see one.
Thank you, Herman. Professional compliments are always pleasing.
I would like to take 50 of it, Billy.
Judge, I done exactly what you told me. I put them ladies on the steam packet, the general bid for Forrest, and you're gone now.
Judge, the lady, Mrs. Cramp, told me to tell you she never will forget that the Lord will provide.
Yeah.
And Judge, you ain't voted for us yet. We got about 3 more minutes.
Bless my soul, Jeff, I nearly forgot.
The Tornado District returns 62 votes for Judge William Pittman Priest. Vote is now tied at 1,700 to 1,700.
Horace, if you will permit me to drop my innate modesty, I will now break the tie by voting for myself.
Boys, the band will now play Dixie.
sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children are gay. The water's rain and the bells in the
Ted, I gotta take my medicine. I gotta get my heart started.